Ah, Lego. The name just screams creativity, right? Imagination, and, let's be honest, the pure, unadulterated pain of stepping on one in the dark. But behind all that fun is an absolute masterclass in marketing. So let's get into it. We're going to deconstruct exactly how Lego built this empire that's just, well, it stood the test of time.
Now, you might be thinking, well, their success is all about the product, right? The bricks are awesome. And yeah, you're not wrong. But a great product on its own doesn't get you nearly a century of success. No way. The real genius, the secret sauce, is in how Lego masters the entire world around those bricks.
And that really is the big question, isn't it? I mean, think about it. We're in a world where trends come and go in a blink. Competition is just brutal, and yet Lego doesn't just survive, it thrives. So how? Well, the answer is all about their incredible ability to understand and navigate their marketing environment.
Which brings us right to their winning blueprint. And look, it's not some single magical secret. It's really a powerful way of seeing the world. At the very core of it all, Lego's success comes from constantly, relentlessly, analyzing their marketing environment, and they break it all down into two essential parts.
Okay, think of it like a game. The microenvironment, that's all the players on the field right there with you. You know, your team, your opponents, the fans in the front row. It's your immediate world. But then you've got the macro environment. That's the bigger picture. It's the stadium you're playing in, the weather, the actual rules of the game. These are the huge forces that affect everyone playing. And what's amazing is that Lego has totally mastered playing in both.
All right, so let's, pardon the pun, build this out piece by piece. We'll start with that first layer, all the players that Lego deals with every single day. This is their microenvironment. And these are the 6 key actors in pretty much any company's immediate world. So you've got the company itself, right? The internal stuff. Then there are the suppliers, the ones providing the materials. The marketing intermediaries, the folks who help sell the product. Of course, the customers, your competitors, always trying to get a piece of the action. And finally, the publics. Think media, government, that kind of thing. Okay, and here is where you really see Lego's strategy kick into high gear. Internally, they make absolutely sure that their R&D and marketing teams are always talking to each other. And customers, they're not just selling to kids anymore. Oh no, they totally get the massive market for adults and collectors. They know they're playing against giants like Mattel and Hasbro, so what do? They use their own exclusive Lego stores to create this premium, can't-get-it-anywhere-else experience. All right, so that's the immediate world. Now let's zoom out, way out. We're talking about the bigger picture now. These are those huge societal forces that Lego can't control, but they absolutely have to respond to them. And this is just a brilliant illustration of how adaptable Lego is. I mean, look at this. When the economy gets shaky, what do? They offer products at all sorts of price points. They see everyone's growing concern for the environment, that's the natural force, and they commit to sustainable materials. They literally turned a pressure point into a huge win for their brand. And culturally, they embrace global themes with stuff like Ninjago and the Architecture series, which makes the brand feel local no matter where you are in the world. So, this is the million-dollar question, right? I mean, it's one thing to know all these forces exist, but it's a completely different ballgame to actually track all these moving parts, to understand them, and then to make smart decisions based on them. So, how on earth do they do it?
Well, they do it with a seriously powerful tool, a marketing information system. The best way to think about it is like the company's central nervous system. It's this incredible engine that's designed for one purpose: to collect, sort, analyze, and then get the right information to the right people at the right time.
And it's this beautifully simple 4-step process. Step 1, they figure out what they actually need to know. They ask the right questions. Then, step 2, they go out and develop that information from every possible angle. Step 3, and this is the crucial one, is the analysis. This is where they find the signal in all the noise. And finally, step 4, they put those insights to work to guide their actual strategy. So where is all this information coming from? Well, it's a mix, really. First, they look inward, at their own sales reports, customer service records, all that internal data. Then they look outward, doing market research like surveys and focus groups. And of course, they keep a really close eye on the competition to figure out what they're up to.
But here's the thing. Just collecting data? That's the easy part. Anybody can do that. The real competitive advantage, the place where Lego just blows everyone else away, is in turning that mountain of raw data into strategic gold. It is all about the analysis.
Okay, so it all starts with what we call descriptive analytics. This is just about understanding what happened in the past.
It's the who, what, when, and where of the data. You know, something simple like, we sold 500,000 Millennium Falcon sets in North America last quarter. It just gives you the basic foundational facts. Then they level up to predictive analytics. Now we're talking about using the past to try and forecast the future. They're asking, okay, based on all our data, what's likely to happen next? So for instance, they might notice that every time a big space movie comes out, sales of their classic space sets jump by 30%. That kind of insight lets them get ahead of the curve and anticipate demand for the next sci-fi hit.
And finally, we get to the holy grail, prescriptive analytics. This is amazing. It doesn't just predict what's going to happen, it tells you how to change it. So if predictive says, hey, a new castle set is probably going to be popular, prescriptive analytics comes in and says, and to squeeze every last drop of profit out of it, you should bundle it with a dragon, price it at exactly $129.99, and hammer your ad spend on YouTube and Instagram. It literally turns data into a battle plan.
So, what's the end result of all this? What happens when you manage your environment this expertly and turn data into real decisions? Well, you get incredible, tangible results. You stop just selling a product and you start dominating a market.
And hey, the proof is in the pudding, right? LEGO maintains its spot as a market leader with insane brand loyalty. They're hitting those sustainability goals, which customers absolutely love. They've built one of the most passionate, engaged fan communities on the planet, and they're constantly winning awards for their innovation. This is what that success looks like in the real world.
But look, at the end of the day, this isn't just a fun story about a toy company. This whole thing is a blueprint for strategic thinking. It doesn't matter if you're in tech or healthcare or you're just building your own brand from scratch. These principles of understanding your environment and actually using your data, they are universal.
You know, Einstein's words here are just perfect for this. The big takeaway from LEGO's story is that you can never stop learning about your environment. This idea of constantly monitoring what's going on and being able to adapt, it's not just a good practice, it's literally the key to survival and growth.
And that leaves us with one final thought, a question for you. Take a second and try to apply this framework to your own world, your career, your business, whatever project you're working on. What is the single most powerful force? Is it technology? Is it cultural? Is it a new competitor? What is that force that's shaping your environment right now? Because just identifying it, that's the first step to mastering it.